Hi, boys and girls. My name is Mrs. Lynn, and today we are going to review place value with ones and tens. For today's lesson, you will probably want to get scrap paper and a pencil. Let's start with a quick warm-up to get our big brains ready. I'm going to show you a picture of some 10 frames with dots. I want you to watch carefully because I'm going to show you the picture and then take it away very quickly. I'm going to show it to you and take it away very quickly. Your job is number 1, to figure out how many dots that Mrs. Lynn is showing you. And 2, how did you see them? How did you have them grouped together to know how many there were in total, in all, so quickly? This skill is called subitizing, and I bet a lot of you are familiar with this skill because I bet a lot of you have done it in classrooms with your teachers. So here it goes. Watch carefully. All right, boys and girls, now let's look at how we saw the dots. Remember, you had 2 jobs. Your first job was to visualize and to see how many there were, how many dots there were total in all. The second job was to talk about or to think about, to visualize how you saw the dots, to count them so quickly without seeing the picture for only a few seconds. So first, let's talk about that first question. How many did we see in all? What are some of the numbers that you saw in your mind before we actually checked to see how accurate we were? What are some numbers? What were some of the totals you came up with? Go ahead and yell them out. Oh, I heard 25. I can see where you might think that. Oh, I also heard 27. That's a good one too. So let's talk about which of those, before we even talk about which numbers were accurate, let's talk about how we saw the dots. Remember, we're subitizing. We want to know how many dots there are without actually having to do counting of each one. So if we're subitizing, what is one way that you saw these dots? Did anyone see them in groups of 5? When I'm looking at 10 frames, I know that the top row is 5. The bottom row is 5. I see another group of 5, another group of 5, another group of 5, and then I can very easily count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and then I saw that there were 2 more, plus 2, 25, 26, 27. Did anyone see it in groups of 5? I like that thinking. It makes sense. Let's look at another way that you might have seen it in your mind, in your visualizing. Did anyone see it by this? Did anyone say, oh, I know that a 10 frame has 10 in it. So that means this has another 10. And then I saw a group of 5. And then I could add those 2 more. Very similar to the counting by 5s, to the grouping by 5s. Now we can count by 10s for a little bit. So let's count by 10s. 10, 20. Now we're going to switch to 5. 10, 20, 25. And I added my 2, 26, 27. Did anyone group it like that? I see. Yeah, that's great. Let's look at a different way. I bet there were some other kids that came up with another way to group them. Have them like this, still the same arrangement. What's another way that you could have seen these dots to know how many there were in total? Did anyone see a group of 10 here, a group of 10 here, and then look at the last 10 frame and see, oh, there's 3 missing here. And I know that 10 minus 3 is 7. Did anyone think of it like that? So 10, 20, 27. That's like 20 and 7 more, 27. So I think our accurate count is 27. Nice job with subitizing today. Boys and girls, let's go ahead and get ready to do some place value review. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to watch a video about ones and about tens. And your job, as you're watching this video, I want you to think about what words may complete this sentence. Here's the sentence. Are you ready? Actually, let me write it on my whiteboard or on my paper. Write it real quick on my paper. Let's see. I want you to finish this sentence. Each digit has its own blank. I want you to finish that sentence. Each digit has its own blank. So in every number that you're going to see in our video, each digit has its own blank. That's what your job is while you're watching the video. Watch the video and I'll be right back.
When we look at a number like 35, each digit in this number has its own value. There's a number in the ones place and a number in the tens place. Let's have a closer look at each number to see its true value. The ones place is furthest to the right. The number in the ones place always equals itself. In our number 35, the 5 is in the ones place. Its value is just that, 5. It is represented by the 5 ones cubes. The next place over is the tens place. The number in the tens place is always 10 times the value the number shown. It's like counting by tens to the number you see. In our number 35, the 3 is in the tens place. We can find its value by counting by tens 3 times. Let's try it. 10, 20, 30. The value of the 3 is 30. Another trick you can remember is to just put a 0 at the end of the number. The 3 in 35 is represented by the 3 tens blocks, which equals 30. In the number 26, the 6 is in the ones place and the 2 is in the tens place. The 6 is worth just 6, which is represented by 6 cubes. The 2 is worth 20 because it is in the tens place and is represented by the 2 long tens blocks. You can count by tens using the base 10 blocks or just count in your head. 10, 20. I'll leave you with a challenge. Can you tell the value of the digits in the number 52? What is the value of the 5? What is the value of the 2? I'll give you some time to think, but if you need more time, you can pause the video and answer when you're ready. Okay, here's the answer. The 2 is in the ones place, so it's just worth 2. The 5 is in the tens place, so we'll have to count by tens 5 times. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. The value of the 5 is 50. Remember to look at the place the digit is in before you decide the value of that number. Thanks for watching, boys and girls. See you next time.
I loved that video. I loved the pink elephant and I loved all of his 2-digit numbers that we've been working on. So does everyone remember what I asked you to be doing while you were watching your video? Yeah, I asked you to see if you could finish this sentence while you were watching the video. I want you to see if you can figure out what word should finish this sentence. Each digit has its own blank. So in our video, we were learning that numbers with 2 digits each have their own what? Yell out the word if you think you know it. Go ahead, yell it out. Let me. That's right. I heard it. I heard it. Everyone said value. Each digit has its own value. Value starts with a V. Value. That means that each digit is worth its own amount. And we're going to talk about that here in just a minute when we get into some of our manipulatives. Each number, each digit has its own value. Everyone say value. Everyone yell it out, value. Everyone whisper it, And everyone turn to your mom or dad, turn to a brother or sister, turn to your dog and say, each digit has its own value. Great. I bet they loved hearing that, especially your dogs or your cats. Boys and girls, I'm going to share my screen with you now. Let's see if I can do that. I'm going to share my screen with you. We're going to look at an app called Braining Camp. This app is in your Clever portal, and parents, you can access Braining Camp as well in Clever, and it's a great tool to play around with some numbers and manipulatives. So hold on for just a minute while I go and grab that app up from Clever. You can also get into Braining Camp through your Clever portal on your computer as well. This site has all kinds of toys and tools that you can use as you're solving math problems. It has the clock available to you here. It has color tiles that you can play with. It has pattern blocks. It has a hundreds chart that you can go to as well for solving before and after numbers. You can also even be doing addition and subtraction using your hundreds board. So there's lots of different tools. Even as you scroll down, there's lots of tools that you can use. But today we're going to use our base 10 blocks. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. While I'm getting our screen ready, what I'd like you to do is make sure you have your paper and your pencil ready to go, because we're going to be building some two-digit numbers using models. And actually, we're not only going to just do models, but we're going to build numbers in 4 different ways. So let me go ahead and get this set up with our place value chart. And now I have my ones on the right side and I have my tens on the left. And I know these are tools that you have used in class before, so they're familiar to you. So we're going to start with a two-digit number, and go ahead and yell out some two-digit numbers that we might want to use. Oh, I heard a 15. I'm going to go ahead and write our 15 here at the bottom. That's what it looks like in standard form. Everyone say standard form. That's just the normal way that we normally see numbers written. The number in the ones place and a digit in the tens place. So we have 2 digits that make up the number 15. That's the standard way to show the number. But now let's go ahead and model this number using our base 10 blocks, our rods and our units. So boys and girls, how many ones does the number 15 have? Right, there are 5 ones in the ones place value. So I'm going to go up and I'm going to grab my ones units, and I'm going to bring down 5 because we have 5. And I'm going to keep it organized very much like I would in a 10 frame. It just helps me see it better visually, and it helps me to be able to count better too. So I have that first top row of a 10 frame there. I have 5 ones. How many tens does my number 15 have? Right, only 1 10. So I'm going to go up and grab one of my rods, my tens, and I'm going to bring it down, click and drag, and now I'm modeling the number 15. I have 1 10 and 5 ones. Now I have it in standard form and I have it as a model, but now I can also write it in a way that shows how much the number is worth, the value. There's that V word that we learned about in our video, the value of a number. If I look at the number 15, I have 1 10. How much is that 1 10 worth? What is its value? Right, it's worth 10. It's just worth 10. Now, what is my value for my 5 ones? How much are they worth? Right, they are worth 5. So if I put that 10 and that 5 together, I have 15. My equation is balanced because I have an equal sign here. This side, the right side, is the same value as the left side. 10 plus 5 equals 15. They are equal to each other. It is balanced. Let's build another number together. I'm going to go ahead and clear. Yell out some new numbers for me, and I'll get it written down here. Oh, I heard 62. I'm going to write the number 62 in standard form right there. The number 62 is greater than the number 15. So 62 is greater than 15. Or we could flip that around and say 15 is less than 62. Let's go ahead and build it. So here is our number in standard form. Let's grab how many ones do we need? Yell that out. How many ones do we need? Correct. We need 2 ones. 2 ones. There is a 2 in the ones place. How many 10 rods do I need to pull down? Click and drag down. Correct. I need to build 6 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I want to make sure I'm accurate, so I'm going to recount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 tens, 2 ones. That's exactly what our 2-digit number says here. So we have our standard, and we have it in modeled now. Same thing. This is 62. Whoops. This is 62, and this is 62. But remember, we can also expand it out and show the value of the number 62, or the number of the value of the digits. So let's go ahead, and how much are these 6 tens worth? What is their value? Right, they are worth 60. And I can do that by counting by tens because they are 10 rods. So let's go ahead and count by tens to make sure we are correct. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. There we are. You are right. 60. That's the value of the 6. It's not just a 6. It is actually worth 60. And how many ones do we have? What is the value of our ones? Yep, in our ones, it's just 2. So we have 60 plus 2 equals 62. My equation is balanced. This side is equal to this side. It's the same amount, the same value. 60 plus 2 equals 62. Now, there's one more way that we can show a number. In the first number, 15, we did the standard form, we did the expanded form, and we did the model. There's another way we can show the number, and that's by using words. So let's go ahead and write the words. Let me show you how that works. Let me show you. I'm going to write 6 tens and 2 ones, like that. Boys and girls, as you're drawing these, you can just be using dots, like a dot there for those 2 ones, and you can be using straight lines up and down to show the tens. That's a good way to do it if you're drawing on paper, because you might not necessarily have these base 10 blocks. So we have 4 ways that we can actually show a number. We can show it in standard form, in expanded form, where we expand it out to show the value, where we draw it out, and where we write it with words. Let's try one more. Go ahead and yell out another number for me, and I'll write this one in blue. Oh, I heard the number 98. 98 looks like this when I write it, and that's in my standard form. Let's go ahead and build it with our base 10 blocks. And remember, on your papers, you can be using dots, and you can be using just the lines that show the tens. So go ahead, yell out to me how many ones I need to click and drag down. You are right, I need 8. So once again, I'm going to keep it as organized as I possibly can, pretending there's a 10 frame here. And I'm going to build my 5 at the top, and I'll put my 3 at the bottom for their 8. So there are my 8 ones. And how many 10s do I have? I have 9. That's a lot of 9s, or that's a lot of 10s that I need to bring down. Let's go ahead and grab those. And then when I finish, I want to make sure I'm accurate, so we'll recount them. You can be drawing your lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, boys and girls, there's our model. How would I expand this to show how much they are worth? Right, we're going to count how many tens we have. Yes, we're going to count by tens. So I have 9 rods, 9 10 rods. So let's go ahead and count how many we have by tens to see what the value is. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Yes, our 9 tens are worth 90, which makes sense. And then how much are those 8 ones worth? What is the value of those 8 ones here? Yep, just 8. So 90 plus 8 equals 98. Boys and girls, remember the last way to show a number is using words. So let's go ahead and use some words here. So I can say 9 tens and 8 ones. Let's go back. All right, and then I can bring that up here. So 9 tens and 8 ones. Nice job. You did a really nice job on your papers with these. Boys and girls, while I go ahead and switch back to our video, I'm going to ask you if you can go on a hunt around your house. As you're hunting, I want you to be looking for some toys, some small toys. I'm thinking about things like cotton balls, things that are small that you can count. Cotton balls, maybe some cereal like Cheerios or Fruit Loops, maybe paper clips, or here's the best one of all. If you have a bunch of Legos, those would be great too. I want you to gather a whole bunch of those and bring them back so that we can use those for our next activity. All right, boys and girls, are you back from your hunt around your house to find some toys or something, some object that you have a lot of? I have a container here of a lot of paper clips. I don't know if you can see that here. There it is. I have a lot of paper clips here. And instead of having to count all of those, I can make groups of 10, just like when we're talking about place value with our groups of 10. When we do that, it's much easier to count. It takes less time when we have things in groups of 10. So what I'd like you to do, your job after I'm finished with you today, is to take those things that you have, those that object, whether it's Legos or cotton balls or Cheerios, whatever you have a lot of, your job is to go ahead and make a bunch of groups of 10 to see how many you actually have. So make your groups of 10 and figure out how many total. Remember how many in all that you have, what 2-digit number that you have. When you have your 2-digit number, I want you to, on some scrap paper, I want you to figure out all those 4 ways that we practice on Brainy to make that number, to build that number. So when I did my paper clips, I had 28 paper clips. So there's my standard form. And I can write it now in base 10 blocks. So when I'm looking at it and I'm building my base 10 blocks on paper, remember I said we can build it. There's 2 tens and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ones. So I just built a model of 28 using pretend base 10 blocks. So I have 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So standard form, model form, base 10 form. I can also do expanded form, expanding it out. 2 tens is 20, plus your ones, the value of the ones is 8. So I just built it in expanded form. And I can also do it in word form. I can write 2 tens and 8 ones. Boys and girls, today, after our video, your job is to count your toys, whether it's Legos or maybe it's Cheerios or maybe it's cotton balls, whatever you can find at your house to count. Make your 2-digit number. Find your total of your toys. Once you've found your total and you have a 2-digit number, see if you can build your number in 4 ways. Standard, model, expanded, and with words. Do your very best and even maybe ask your mom and dad what their favorite 2-digit number is, and you could do it with theirs. You could find 2-digit numbers everywhere to practice. Boys and girls, it's been so much fun working with you today. Until next time, have a great day. Practice your 2-digit numbers and what they're worth, what their value is, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Hi boys and girls, it's Mrs. Lynn and this is my daughter Celia, and today we're going to learn a new math game called Pebble Place Value. In this game we order 2-digit numbers. So before we start on the game, let's review what a 2-digit number is. Celia, what is your favorite 2-digit number?
34.
34. That's a good number, I like it. Let's see, 34 looks like this when we write it. 34 looks like this. I have a 4 in the ones place and a 3 in the tens place. I can also draw it with models. I can draw 3 tens, 3 tens, and I can draw my 4 ones. So I can count this out. I can say 10, 20, 30, and now I need to switch to my ones, 31, 32, 33, 34. So I can write it, I can draw it, and I can also write it like this. I have 30 plus 4 equals 34. Boys and girls, what is your favorite 2-digit number? Remember, the number has to have a number in the ones place and the tens place. Go ahead and yell out your favorite 2-digit number. Let's listen. I heard 68 and 99. What did you hear, Celia?
I heard 52.
That works. That's a 2-digit number.
And 47.
Who said 47? Because that is my favorite 2-digit number. It's my lucky number everywhere I go. 47 is there. I don't know what it is. It makes I should maybe play the lottery or something, right, with that number and maybe win a lot of money. I don't know. 47 is a great number. Boys and girls, I'm thinking of a number right now between 70 and 80. 70 and 80. Both are 2-digit numbers. What I want you to do is pause the video, and on a scrap piece of paper, I want you to write down all the 2-digit numbers that are between 70 and 80. All right, I'm gonna pause the video, and when you're ready, come back on. All right, boys and girls, thanks for coming back. I asked you to find the numbers between 70 and 80. What are the 2-digit whole numbers between 70 and 80? Go ahead and just yell some out, and Celia and I will listen, and we'll put them on our number line. The numbers between 70 and 80. Go ahead, yell them out. Ooh, I heard a 75. Ooh, that's right in the middle, yes. What else did you hear, Celia?
Here's 77.
Ooh, I wonder which direction would 77? 77 is larger than 75, so it would be over here. What else? Oh, I heard a 71. That's right after 70. It's close to 70.
What about 76?
76, I did, and that's right between 75 and 77. There it is. What else? What else are you saying? What else is between 70 and 80? What did you hear?
72.
Oh, I like that one because it comes right next. Oh, I heard a 79. I like that one. I like 79. It's close. It's only 1 away from 80. Still a 2-digit number. What else did you hear?
74.
I heard 74, and it comes before 75. I like that. Oh, I just heard someone say one of the last numbers was
What?
73.
Ah.
It's right between 72 and 74.
Wait. I hear 78.
I think that's the last
It
one.
is.
It's the last one. Let's count them to make sure we hit all of them. Here we go. 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. I think we got them all between 70 and 80. All 2-digit whole numbers. I think they're ready to play the game. How
Me
about
too.
you? All right, boys and girls, pause your video for just a minute and get ready to learn to play the game. All right, boys and girls, we're ready to play the game Pebble Place Value. This game is so much fun and you don't need many materials. All you need is the game board that looks like this. You can either print it out from the link or you can draw your own. To draw your own, you need to make 10 pebbles, which could just be little circles. One starting with a 10, all the way up to one labeled 100. All the other pebbles are not labeled with any numbers yet. You need that place value, or you need that place value board, and you need a deck of cards. And when you have your deck of cards, go ahead and take out all the jacks, the kings, the queens, and the tens. We don't need those either. But leave the aces because they're going to be our ones. That's what you need. If you don't have a deck of cards, you can search online to find a deck of cards to use, or you could just make your own deck of cards. You need 4 of each number. Like you need 4 1s, 4 2s, 4 3s, 4 9s. You need 4 of each of the numbers. And then you can just mix them up like you would a regular deck of cards. The purpose of the game is to make 2-digit numbers and to place them on our board game. But we have to put them in order from smallest to largest. So we have to place them on a pebble in order from the smallest to the largest. So Suey and I are going to start playing and you'll get the hang of it. So watch carefully. So I'm going to let you go first. Can you pull 2 cards for me? What did you pull?
13.
So you could make a 13. Is there another
Or-
number you could make?
A 31.
She could make a 31. So a lot of times when you pull your 2 cards, you can make two different 2-digit numbers. So she has to decide, does she want to make a 13, a 1 and a 3, or does she want to make a 31, a 3 and a 1 with 3 10s and only 1 1? Which do you want to
I
make?
think I'm going to make a 13.
A 13? Okay. So you know what? So that I can use this board game over and over again, I'm going to slide it in one of my gallon Ziploc bags, and I'm going to use that Ziploc bag as a whiteboard so I can erase. So on the pebbles, she has to decide where she's going to put a 13. On which pebble do you want to put a 13?
Right there.
Okay, I'm going to let you go ahead and fill that in. All right, so now it's my turn. And I'm going to pull 2 numbers. And I pulled a 33. I have 3 10s and 3 1s. And I can't make a different number with those 2, can I, Celia? It's going to be the same either way. It's going to be 33. 3 10s, 3 1s, 30 plus 3 is 33. And now I have to decide where on my game board I'm going to label 33. I know if I'm counting by 10s, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. I should probably space them out along my pebbles. So I probably don't want to put a 33 next to your 13 because there's a lot of numbers between 13 and 33. So I'm thinking maybe I'll put it here.
Yeah.
I think I'll skip 1 and put it there. So I'm going to fill in 33 on that pebble. Let me show you, boys and girls. There it is. All right, now it's Suia's turn.
Ooh, 88.
She got an 88. She got double the
I
numbers
can't make another
too.
number.
No, it has to be 88. Where do you think you want to put 88?
I'm thinking I might put it right here, just in case there's more numbers to
I
go
get
right
it.
there.
Can you tell me why you would not put it there?
Well, because 88 isn't between 13 and 33.
If I count between 13 and 33,
You won't get an 88.
I won't hit 88, will I? No.
So I'm going to leave a space too.
All right. So there she put her 88 in there. Let's see what cards Mrs. Lynn draws. Oh, this time I drew an 8 and a 7. So I can make two numbers, two-digit numbers. I could make 87 or I could make 78. I wonder which I should do. If I make 78, I could put it there. It comes before
Yeah.
88.
It does.
If I made 87, it would come before 88
Yeah.
too. So I could use either one.
yeah.
I think I'll
Whichever
use.
you want.
I think I'll use 78.
Okay.
I like 78. All right, Celia's turn. And before Celia tells us her two numbers, we're going to keep playing back and forth like this, pulling two-digit numbers and placing them on the pebbles. If we pull two numbers and we can't place them on the board, we have to skip our turn and it goes to the other person. The winner is the last person to place a number correctly on the last pebble. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so let's keep playing.
I got a 99.
Again, we need to mix up these numbers. Let's mix them up. Where are you going to put 99 on
Well,
this board?
I think I'm going to put it right there because it comes between 88 and 100.
It sure does. It fits.
Yeah.
It fits.
Perfect.
How far away from 100 is 99, Celia?
Just one.
It's only one. It's like if I have 99 pennies and one more penny, I have
A dollar.
$1. It's crazy. It's so close. All right, I'm gonna pull my two cards. Here we go. Oh, finally, not doubles. All right, I have a 6 and I have a 2. I could put the 6 in my tens place and make this 62, or I could put the 2 in the tens place and make this 26. But I have to make it work on my board. So I think there's a couple places I could put
Yeah.
this. If I left this as 26 with 2 tens and 6 ones, it would fit right there, right? In
Yeah.
order. It would still be, it's still greater than 13 and less than 33. But if I made it 62, I think I could place that maybe here.
Yeah.
It's kind of, it's the 10s before the 70s. I could put it there. I think I'm going to fill in here. I think I want that hole filled. So I'm going to make my number 26. So I'm going to fill that in there, 26. All right, Celia. Oh, there's only 2 more pebbles.
Ooh, I have some good ones. I have a 6 and a 5,
All right, what are you going to do?
and a 5 and 6. I think I'm going to do the 5 and the 6.
So you're going to
and put
make
it
what
right
number?
there. 56.
56. 5 tens and 6 ones. It's like saying 5 tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, plus 6 ones. 56. Oh, look, boys and girls. There's only one more pebble. So for all of our pebbles that are in order, this pebble has a very special job.
Yeah.
Whoever fills in this pebble is going to be the winner of the game. Let's see if Mrs. Lynn can win. All right. Are these not the cards you just drew?
Oh my gosh.
Did you? Oh no, they're the exact same cards. I'm gonna put those back in there. That's
You could have
boring.
just won.
I could win. Let's see. Celia's predicting that I could win here. I could make a 65 or I could make a 56. She already has 56. Can I make 56 too if she's made 56? No. Let's see. Would 65 fit on the last pebble?
I think it would.
I think it comes, if I counted starting at 56 and counted to 78, 65 would be, I would hit 65. 56 and then 65. You know what that means, Celia?
I think you just won.
I won. Mrs. Wynn.
Mrs.
Mrs. Lynn won. She beat Celia. I bet I would win again if I played because I'm much better than Celia. Boys and girls, this is a great fun game to practice your two-digit numbers and ordering your numbers. Now, sometimes we get stuck on knowing whether a number is larger or smaller than another number. If you get stuck, you can always find a hundreds chart online or even on your Clever page on Braining Camp. They have lots of different manipulatives, but they have a hundreds chart on there, and you can look on that hundreds chart to help you compare and order your numbers. So until next time, see you later. Have fun. Bye.